Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about the independent training. I'm going to be talking about how I reach rank SS using the independent training feature. And I'm also going to be talking about pretty much the deck that I use. I also have collected data from other people. I just wanted to basically say that hey, this is what I think is going to be more consistent for most people, and you could of course try to use that. From what I've seen, it's not 100% consistent, but it has a high likelihood. At least for me, it was still like 100% chance. I have done 10 runs, and every single time it's rank SS. However, for some people, it's not guaranteed to be rank SS, so it's going to probably be like a very high likelihood that you get to rank SS most of the time. Of course, much like the last time, I had easier time making this video compared to usual because this time a lot less people basically wanted to step in because I had some stuff already on my end. I just wanted like some minor stuff, and of course that is on my Discord. I've seen a lot of people join the Discord, and that is very cool from you. If you wanted to join the Discord, then join the Discord. I might as well subscribe if you wanted to watch more videos like this. Anyways, we have a couple of examples. This is from my community server, and as you can clearly see, this Gun has reached rank SS plus. I'm like, all of them are pretty much the exact same deck. It's basically like, if you get like pretty much good sparks, you can get rank SS plus, UG even sometimes. For me though, I used it pretty much like the lowest of sparks, so that you guys could see, hey, he reached rank SS with very bad sparks. Maybe with better sparks I can also reach rank SS most of the time. So pretty much this is going to be what you're going to be seeing moving onwards. This bot is extremely good. Like in the last video I said, it's very good at making grandparents. If you get the grandparents, then you can start making the grandparents, and it cheats, so you pretty much get most of the G1 races to be done immediately, and of course be done with victory, which of course is very good for affinity. Then we have a picture. This is going to be the last example. This is pretty much more in depth. As you can clearly see, we have pretty much the exact same cards. I'm going to go into more detail, but pretty much as you can clearly see, we're using very specific cards. If you do not have these cards, it is okay, but you can clearly see this on his digital, 18,000 score, rank SS, and decent skills. If you are looking to build a late soldier, look at this. You have ramp up, nimble navigator, home stretch pace, position playfair, 6 surge, up tempo, medium corners, not medium corners. Yeah, it is medium corners, but it's gold. Medium straightaways, late soldier straightaways. Like, you have the skills that you need. And of course, on the other side, it's still not the best, but hey, still you got some skills for your late soldier. A thing that I have noticed is that cards with good race bonus and initial stats, this one is very important, tend to give you more overall stats compared to other cards. As you can clearly see, these cards over here, I would recommend that you could try out at least a combination of 3 of them. Thurston Jordan is a free card if you have been playing since Mihano Bourbon. This Naruto Brand card is a club card. You can always get this card. Shinka Wendy, maybe if you're a long-term player, you have this card at max limit break. And you actually have Tekion. Tekion is the newest SSR when it comes to making this video, so pretty much you could have high limit break on this card, if not max limit break sometimes. And then we have Fukitaru. If you have Fukitaru at max limit break, this is a wonderful card. And then we have Kawakami Princess, because she has 45 initial speed increase, which of course is very good to reach high speed for that score. The reason why we are looking for cards that have high initial stats, or at least initial stats, is that they are very consistent when it comes to generating stat outputs. As you can clearly see, in 3 runs, Marvelous Sunday pretty much landed on between either 90 to 100 to your power, and close to 90 on your stamina. So overall that is very good, and the skill points part, it's varied, but still it can go very well. Fukitaru is relatively, like, not relatively, she is very strong when it comes to overall training values. As you can clearly see, compared to pretty much most other cards, she gives you a lot more stats compared to Thurston Jordan Speed, who has 35 initial speed increase and 30 power increase. Fukitaru also has the the very rare likelihood that she just locks in and you get the super lucky 7, and you pretty much have like an infinite amount of stats over here. So overall, Fukitaru has like the default value wise is already good, and sometimes she could just lock in very hard that you get very good value off of Fukitaru, and that is nice. Some other options, this is a deck that we use. I found out that pretty much you could use 3 speed, 2 power, and a Pal card. Maybe 3 speed, 1 power, and the Throne card, and then the Pal card, which is going to be Light Hello. If you have your borrow slot to be open, you could borrow Throne. And Throne is actually relatively very strong for pretty much farming with auto. Another options that you can use if you do not have Nishiono Flower or Marvelous Sunday Power is your options are Sakura Bakushin Power. This card is very good. I have tried this card in JP and I still was able to reach rank SS. And of course, Sakura Bakushin has still held high in the second chain event, and that is of course very very strong. Then we have El Condor Pasa Power. El Condor Pasa Power is very strong. I have seen her give you like 110 power, 120 power, and of course it's a 10% raise bonus card, and it gives you Killer Tunes, which is the gold version of Up Tempo if you finish the chain, which is rare, but again, it's still better than nothing. Fukitaru is insane. If you do not have like Light Hello on your deck and you're borrowing it, for now until we finish the pulls, you could put Light Hello. After you pull Light Hello, you put Fukitaru on your deck, and you will have very high likelihood that you reach rank SS. Nata Brian is for the niche newer players. I guess Tekion is paired with Light Hello. You probably will have this card. And again, Throne if your borrow thought is open, and provided that you have like Fukitaru on your deck alongside these other cards. It's just if your borrow slot is open, you could consider using Throne. Light Hello. Light Hello is a mandatory card for this scenario that is going to be Grand Life. She gives you the See Ya Later version, which is going to be the gold version of Playtime's Over, and pretty much she gives you a lot of skill points. As you can clearly see, she gave the run 341 skill points. That is a lot. And as you can clearly see, you might see, wait, her stats does not give that much. It's because her events are added in here, not in the card itself. This is I don't know why they do that, but pretty much Light Hello gives you a lot of stats. She gives you a lot of skill points. I think if you do not run Light Hello, you are missing out on about 300 to all like pretty much like combined stats, and like I think 700 SP. So Light Hello, you just put her. She also gives you the See Ya Later gold skill. Of course, that is very strong. So you just slot Light Hello. She is gonna be guaranteed giving you See Ya Later, and she gives you a lot of stats, and I highly recommend you put Light Hello. And if you do not put Light Hello, you're probably not going to reach rank SS a lot of times. Simplest TLDR is that initial stats and high race bonus is pretty much going to be higher likelihood to get rank SS. This is an old screenshot. I can't be bothered to update this, but pretty much I have done like 10 runs, and all of them has been rank SS, and the parents that I use do not have good blue sparks in them. I'm just looping on grandparent right now, since recently I have gotten a grandparent, and that is of course nice, but it is what it is. Let's go and move on. There is going to be a couple of things that I have discovered since yesterday, and that is going to be your strategy that you use for the run. What I have found out is that you do not risk any win rate loss from this, like the strategy attribute. If your attribute is front F, it is the same as front A. Why is it important? Because you get skills related to that strategy sometimes when you race. It still adds some couple of skills when it comes to overall like racing. So pretty much, oh, I'm building TMO Pro. I want, for example, some front runner sparks skills. I just said TMO Pro has front, and I get front skills without doing anything. 2 clicks and boom, I get like front runner corners or front runner straightaways sometimes in my career without doing anything. So again, this is very important, and it's actually going to make it more reliable to get some skills that is not from your own legacy, which of course is very powerful. I highly recommend you do this, and I can't emphasize enough. Once I found out that this exists, I decided to share it around, especially since people now have helped me, and especially the latest video support. I guess I wanted to add this too. So thank you so much, and let's move on. The thing is that not all these schedules are going to work for everyone. The schedule is going to be off because some umas have secret events, and these secret events need like G2 races, and that G2 race is going to be on a turn that is a G1 race. So it just depends on your personal preference. And then there are umas that just want to run the triple tiara completely to get a secret event, while there are other umas that do the triple crown instead. So you're wanting to take note of which umas have which secret events, and you want to see if they give you like good amount of rewards, because as you can clearly see, the one on the right is Taiki shuttles, and 25 speed, 25 power is very high, especially when it gets multiplied by your race bonus. So something that you should keep in mind, and that is why sometimes you will realize that maybe, hey, I don't know why for some reason I don't get as much high stats compared to this person. It's because that person may have ran a race that gives them the secret event that gives them a lot of stats. One thing I made in the last video, and that is going to be about the carets that you get throughout the pretty much the auto career, and that is they made it like they made a very scummy change in the middle, where in the official side gamers website they made it so that you only get 20 drops of that 5 carets per a day total. But right now we have doubled the rewards, and now it is going to be pretty much 200 carets per a day maximum. And think of it that way, 200 carets if you were to spend on refresh for TP, it is going to be 20 times 30. You're getting 600 total TP, and then in 24 hours you get an additional 144 total TP. That means in like the entire day you have 744 TP. If you spend 200 carats every single day on TP refreshes, let's assume that you get this what is it called, like the drops, all of them emptied every single day, you're going to be able to do about 16 careers per a day with spark rerolling before you get to a negative carat investment. Think of it that way. You are neutral when it comes to spending carats to the ratio that you are getting those carats back throughout the career until after the 16 career of the day. If you passed it the 16 career and you finished all the 20 like drops of carats that you get, then you start actually investing carats on TP. So at that point you should stop if you care about your carats. But if you do not do spark rerolling and only do the career, it's going to be about like 50 careers per a day that you can do spending those carats, and you are probably going to get the what is it called, the carats back immediately before even spending all of these like carats just on the careers. So I highly recommend people to consider using carats or TP bottles if you still have TP bottles on carat refreshes, and you just do them with auto, especially once you start to get rank SS more consistently and have better sparks if you are struggling to reach rank SS. Sometimes you get the question to yourself, why does this person have rank SS but mine that has better stats does not get rank SS? Pretty much it is very simple. What it is that, as you can clearly see, what attribute is my style. My style is front C. I bought front runner skills. I'm actually going to get less score compared to a front runner that bought the same skill at front A. That is something that I have seen a lot of people do and not realize, and that is something I highly recommend that you should keep an eye on. Is that skills that you buy, despite being them like hey, I want to get my front runner stuff, I don't get rank SS. What is the problem? That is the problem. Is that you're getting less score, which means is that you might not get to rank SS. That boosts the odds of you getting like better white spark quality. So that is something that you should keep an eye on. And you probably want to buy gold skills that are non-conditional, or just gold skills that you can use as your front runner. As you can clearly see, for example, Headliner is the gold version of Feature Act, which is a good skill, but I'm building for a medium Sam. I buy the skills that I need for medium. If I have excessive amount of skill points, which odds are, then I would just buy Headliner 2, get a lot of score that will help me reach rank SS. This was my pretty much first couple of runs with auto without using Gold City, and this is pretty much my sparks. I have pretty much not good sparks. As you can clearly see, it's very poor. And well, as you can clearly see, this was for Sand Sky. This Sand Sky over here, I had 18,000 score, and that is of course very crazy considering the sparks that I have. And we just want to say, if you do struggle to get rank SS with auto, then maybe it could be your sparks. You could invest more on speed and power sparks on the grandparents. You just want to see what you're lacking, and hopefully with this video you have been able to reach rank SS more consistently. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you found this video to be helpful, consider subscribing. And again, I have forgotten to update this, but I have reached 6,000, which of course is very fire. I was not expecting the last video to be such an explosive video, and I just want to thank everybody. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you found this video to be helpful, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one.